I've got these shelves here from the Dollar Tree. I've got 3 of the larger ones, those are single packs, and then I have one of the 2-pack of the smaller one. I'm going to be using wood glue to glue these pieces together to create a crate. So I can continue on with the project, I'm going to take some tumbling tower blocks and use some hot glue just as sort of a brace while that wood glue is setting up. And I used a combination of wood glue and hot glue to glue the ends on. I'm going to stain this with my Varathane gel stain, and that's a half and half mixture of American walnut and dark walnut. And then I'm going to go over that with polyacrylic. Once that polyacrylic dried, I did give it a light sanding and then gave it a second coat. I have these little black paper brads here, and I'm just going to go over them with some European Gold Rub and Buff. These are going to go in the holes that were in those little shelves from the Dollar Tree. I used E6000 to glue those in because E6000 works well with metal. I did do some distressing on the box just to make it look a little dirty, a little older. And then I have these little label holders. I will put those in my Amazon shop. I just used this little poking tool from the Dollar Tree, and that's to make a little countersink hole there. That will just give the screw a start, and I'm just gonna, use a screwdriver to screw those screws in. And I was so glad that these screws weren't very long because this is very thin wood. I've got these 4-inch terracotta pots that I got from Walmart, and 3 of them fit perfectly in this crate. Now, I didn't buy the saucers, and so I need to buy those pretty soon in order to use this, but for now I'm just going to put a piece of wood down in the box to raise those pots up because it looks much better with them a little bit raised. This will be a printable in the description box if you're interested, and these are just some herb labels, and then I went and bought some oregano, cilantro, and rosemary and put those labels in there. Now, the labels were a little bit wide. They fit perfectly up and down, but they were a little bit wide for these little holders, but the words fit perfectly in there, and I like that. That way the font's nice and big in there, but I was just showing you that I had to cut away some of the label. I just love this little crate. I think it looks great. I'm looking forward to putting it either in my kitchen, in the windowsill, or on my back porch. This is just a quick reminder that if you like this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. That way you don't miss any future videos. And hit that hype button if you really liked these crafts. This one I have this jar, I believe it's a quart jar. And I have a solar light from the Dollar Tree. And the top of that solar light fits nicely on top of this jar. I've also got some Model Magic, and I'm just going to use what's left in this one pack here. I'm just going to roll this out about as thin as I can get it using, I just used that stake there from off of that solar light as a rolling pin. You could definitely put some adhesive on here before you put on your clay, your foam clay here, but I didn't, and it seems to be holding up just fine, and it's been a couple of days since I made this. I've got this fairy garden door that I got from the Dollar Tree. I just found objects around my craft room that were the same size and shape as I wanted to use for the windows, and I just used them to sort of trace around to cut out my windows. I wanted the windows to just be sort of higgledy-piggledy, different shapes and sizes, and nothing, really matchy-matchy. I've got this antique copper color, and I'm going to go over these little coffee stir sticks as well as around the outside of that little solar panel on the solar light, being careful not to get paint on the solar panel. I liked the fairy door just fine, but I changed just a few things on it. I brightened up the green on the door with Alfalfa by Folk Art, and I used that same copper color to go over the hardware and the light on the door. I also painted the flowers white, and then I used some antique wax to get down in the grooves of the door. I used the coffee stir sticks as window sills on a couple of the windows. And I have this piece of this Dollar Tree placemat. It's nice and flexible, but still sturdy. I painted that with that antique copper. Now I have this piece of a peat pot that I did not throw away from another project. I was fixing to throw it away, but it fit over this solar light just perfectly, and it's going to be a good base for my roof tiles, and I'm going to use pennies as my roof tiles. Now, I am going to be putting this on my back porch, but my porch is completely covered, and it's fairly deep, like 7 feet deep, so I'll not have this in the sun, but you definitely, if you want to be careful and, not be sort of risky with this, you definitely would want to not use hot glue, but use more like an E6000, because if I put this in the sun, that hot glue is going to remelt. But I needed to get on with this craft, so I used the hot glue, and I hot glued pennies for a little roof on a birdhouse one time, a long time ago, in a video far, far away, and I was surprised at how sturdy the pennies were on there with the hot glue. So I've been handling this, been rough with it, and haven't had any pop off. I used strips of that placemat for the grid and a couple of the windows. And I used a good amount of E6000 to glue the front door on. Then I went back with more moss and just hid any spots that I felt like didn't look good and just stuck some moss here and there. Now I will set this on my back porch, and when it gets dark out, that light will come on and it'll be really cute. And I'm just showing you that they do have little windows at the Dollar Tree, and I found these after I made this house. So I probably would have used them if I had, if I saw them beforehand, but I did pick up a pack to use in another project. And I got those just the other day, so they, should have them at a lot of the stores this year. My inspiration for this one is this little bowl, this little stone bowl here, bird nest display bowl from Antique Farmhouse, and it was $50, $49. And let's see what, my interpretation of it is here. I'm going to make it for a fraction of the cost. I've got these little plastic birds that I got at Christmas time from Walmart, and I remember the pack of these was $4. So they're about $1 per bird, and I'm just going to cut away the little loops on their backs that holds up the thing to hang them on the tree. They're little ornaments. I also have this little basket from the Dollar Tree. I got that for $1.25. And once again, I'm using hot glue just for the speed of the video, trying to make these crafts and not have to wait. But you could definitely, especially if you're not going to keep this piece and you're going to give it to someone, you want to use a better glue, use maybe some E6000, and then use some tape just to hold those still while the glue sets up. But I needed to get on with this craft, and I'm keeping this, so I just used some hot glue to glue those birds onto the side of the basket. And then I have some lightweight spackling from the Dollar Tree, and then I used a little bit. I used the rest of what I had in that container, and then I used a little bit of Walmart's lightweight spackling. I believe theirs was $3 for the same size container as the Dollar Tree, but I really didn't use an entire container of the spackling. Just spread it on. I just spread the spackling on the basket, sort of like you're icing a cake, and then I went back and made sure that it was a rough finish, that it wasn't smooth. I gave a base coat of truffle chalk paint by Waverly to the whole piece. Then I took some baking soda and I mixed it with some gray paint from Apple Barrel. I wanted to give, more of a stony look, especially on the birds, because they're still smooth because they, it's just painted plastic. I didn't put any spackling on the birds, and so I wanted the paint to be nice and textured. And once that mostly dried, I went over that with, aged it up a little bit with some antique wax. Paint's still drying there, but I think it turned out pretty cute. Let me know what you think down in the comments. This one is super quick and easy. I have this little bird from the Dollar General that I got for $1, and I'm just going to paint it with cashew chalk paint. And then I did, a heavy coat of the antique wax. I wanted it to look nice and old, just to match the piece. I have this real bird's nest here. I got it off my back porch. I had a little bird make a nest in one of my flower pots, but that flower pot was just down too low, and I have a dog, and so I I didn't want any other birds meeting the same fate, so I took that nest out of that flower pot so that no other birds would make a home in it. But of course I didn't want to throw it away. It was a pretty little nest, and so I kept it to craft with it. And I have this grapevine wreath here. The bottom of the bird nest stuck out, and I might have been able to cut it off, but I just thought I could either stick it down into a pot so that it will sit flush, because I'm not going to be hanging this up. It's going to be a shelf sitter. It would look pretty in a pot, but I have another wreath here the same size, so I'm just going to glue these two wreaths together, and now it will sit flush. I took this copper wire and I'm just going to make it real rustic and just make sort of a decorative element on the top of this here, just bending the wire and attaching it to the grapevine wreaths. And I just put that little bird down in there, trying to get it centered, and that's it for this one. Well, that's it for this video. I thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day. See you in the next one.